start with lithium batteries, I start also looking for information inside the internet for like a basic information, how it works, where is the difference between lithium battery and lithium battery, etc., etc. Of course, basics I know, and after some time I found so many of them, I don't know, it's collected by people who have no too close with electrics, or it's just copy and paste, or I don't know why, because it's not matching the reality. But this is case of my battery, so it's a can be different story for everybody. Right now I will try to tell about my experience and give few information it can be useful. In internet, like usually, we can find many information, very few is good information, the rest is just copy and paste, or just I don't know how come. Take a look. For on the beginning I looking for information what is a nominal voltage of battery, it have to be, and we can found anyway, it's not like a useless, it's give us such a from this web page, yes, it gives us kind of information. But in my case, yes, my battery going from 1340 to 13.2 too quick. It means for me, in my case, is not something like a 20% of capacity. I don't know why, maybe bit different chemistry, maybe something different, but it works like that. Second, because we don't know in what state of battery this voltage was taken. It means when was measured, because it's a different when it's on the rest, but it's different is a rest 1 hour, and it's different when it's resting 1 day. I check on in my case, yes, I check it, it's a difference, not big but exists. Second, if you measure under the load, of course under big load it's going down much more, but even under small load it's going down. Even if we're taking from, let's say, 350 amp hours battery, we're taking 2 amps, we draw the 2 amps, it's going down a bit. It's going down maybe a bit less than 0.1 volt, but sometimes it's on this edge when it's switching. I don't know if people take the measurements or just somebody, let's say, copy from such a manual of one battery. I don't know. Where I have something interesting. Oh, here. The most, because this curve under the load, even without going very fast from 3.4 up to, let's say, 3.2, and when you compare with these curves, these tables doesn't match. So for me it's very hard to calculate from the voltage, because of this curve is very flat. It's very hard to calculate how much power we have still inside battery. For me the best solution is the battery monitor, who every draw from the battery And in this moment we have like a useful information, because when I try to read this, it's craziness. Okay, so how to find weaker cell, how we can find so one cell are definitely weaker. When battery is charging, this cell faster than others, or set of the cells, in my case is in parallel, faster get the higher voltage in the end, especially in the final stage of loading, and it will be first switch off by BMS. Of course, in case of not balancing can be same, but the same cell when it's going down, when battery we discharging the battery, faster go down, and even faster under the load, but it depends on the states of charge, because as I told earlier, somewhere in the middle is more stable, yes. But finally, if one cell during the charging reach faster the top voltage, and during discharging as a first go down, it means this cell is definitely weaker than others. It's not easy to check the capacity of cell in, let's say, home condition, like a home workshop. I think the only one way to do it quickly and easily, quickly not, easily, is to invest in such a equipment, and it's of course take a time. On beginning, I don't know what's better, top balancing, bottom balancing, or maybe kind of middle balancing, but everybody usually describe how to make a top balancing. But in case one of our cell are weaker, and usually cell are never equal, when we draw the big current from the battery and we have a voltage drop, what I told about it earlier, the BMS switch off battery earlier. It means we lose some portion of capacity of the battery. And later on I found so they're using bottom balancing for battery for motors, electric motors. So it means it's good point of view. When we try to draw big current, for us is better bottom balancing. Of course, we can get the perfectly equal cells, so in this moment just balancing, it will be top, bottom or middle balancing, just to equal value will be okay. But in case the one cell are weaker, I think the bottom balancing is better in case we wanna draw, let's say, 100 or 200 amps from the battery. In case if we wanna use for like a small load without no big inverters or something like that, I think top balancing is equal and easier to do. Like I forgot to mention on the beginning of this video, is concern my case of battery with one cell definitely weaker than others, which limit my capacity of the battery from 400 up to 330. This is what I found. So can be different situation in case of different cells with bit different chemistry, etc. Of course, if anybody have a different idea, please leave a comment. And of course, thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.